Good evening, Mustang fans everywhere. We apologize. We had very bad technical difficulties here at Norwin Stadium. First time in 20 years of Plum TV where we've had this bad of a malfunction. We apologize for that. Let me give you a little update of what's going on right now. There's 1:10 left in the first quarter of play. Mustangs are driving down the field. Our score is Norwin 14, Plum 0. Norwin had a pick six off of Will Fuhrer. Ball was tipped in the air. Norwin took it to the end zone for a touchdown. It was leading 7-0. Norwin had a trick play, 39 yards for a touchdown. Ball was deflected also in the end zone by cornerback Kevin Brown, but it was tipped into a Norwin receiver, and that's where we are at right now, 14-0. Plum's been going in the Wildcat, led by Andrew Soxman. Low snap, Soxman's going to take the carry, and he will be brought down. It's 1st and 10 from the Mustang 16-yard line. They're in the Heinz red zone. Make sure you pick up your thick and rich Heinz ketchup. Any place ketchup is sold. Alongside me this evening, Nick Spud Satovich, Cameron Kutzner, Anthony Lagnies, Richie Rossi with us for the first time this year. Our favorite, Matty Beer Temple, and also the real deal himself, Mr. Rick Barat. Second down and 7 for the Mustangs. Fuhrer gives the handoff to Turchik. Fuhrer back into the game now. Turchik did not get much, and that is our end of the first quarter of play. Again, we apologize for the technical difficulties here at Norwin Knights Stadium. Our score after the first quarter of play is the Norwin Knights 14 and the Plum Mustangs 0. We'll be right back for station identification here on the Plum Mustang Sports Network. Welcome back to a cold Norwin Knights Stadium in North Huntington, PA, as we're getting this Quad A Foothills Conference division matchup right now between the first place and 9th ranked Norwin Knights and your Plum Mustangs. Alongside me on the headset right now, Anthony Lagnies, the real deal himself, and probably one of the best drivers you will ever see on the face of the earth, TV productions teacher, and the mastermind of the Make-A-Wish Telethon, Mr. Rick Barat. And alongside us also is Matty Beer Temple. And guys, what are we going to see, especially out of the Mustangs coming here? I'll actually hold that thought as the Mustangs are going to get ready here. I'll go to Matty after the play. Third down and 8. We have a flag on the play. It's probably going to go against the Mustangs. Matty, your thoughts on the first quarter of play?
Well, I think especially since the last game, the Mustangs defense has been really strong, and especially since they were working on their pass game last week. But this time, Norwin had some open receivers, and Plum just kind of let that go. But they can definitely get it back. There's still 3 quarters left, and it should be a good game.
Manny, that was pretty impressive.
Yes, it was.
That was good analysis.
That was. Pretty much summed it up.
And you can't tell right now because my guy to the right of me, Cameron Kutzner's doing such a great job with the camera. He always does. 3rd down and 12. Fuhrer's going to throw. Ball was tipped. The ball was tipped on the line. Looks like Steve Petrick tipping the ball. Cameron Kutzner does a great job to the side of me. We are outside here at Norwin Knights Stadium as we did not get a spot in the press box. So we have to film and do our broadcast outside. He does a fantastic job with the camera. Jake Chapla will attempt the field goal. This is going to be from 35 yards and to try to get the Mustangs on the board for the first time this evening. Crossy's the holder. Chapla's kick is up. Chapla's kick is going to be good. Great kick by Jake Chapla. He nails a 35-yarder. And right now, underway in the second quarter of play here in North Huntington. Our score right now is the Knights 14 and the Mustangs 3.
Hey, Jake, the reason why we're not in the press box here at Norwin, I know from filming here for years with Ray Adams, who I taught all you guys out of his book.
Yep.
Norwin's press box has 2 windows that open.
Yeah.
One for the Norwin videographer and one for the Plum videographer. So I have known from working with Ray Adams for years that there's only one place for us to film, and that's right outside the press box. There's no way we can film in the press box. That's just the way it was built. It is what it is. So.
And I'll tell you what, and you guys can back me up on this. This stadium is packed this evening.
You know, it's shocked. I didn't see a lot of the first quarter since we had technical difficulties, but every time I poke my head up, there just seems to be a swarm of people, and there's just cars everywhere. They're coming down off the hill to the right. If Cameron can zoom out here and look up at Norwin's middle school, they're still moving cars in, you know, in the top right-hand corner. So, you know, it's their homecoming. It's big. They're 3-0. There's a lot of excitement here at Norwin.
Neon shoe Jake Chappell with the kickoff, and that is maybe his furthest kick on the kickoff we've seen all year. No return will be brought back by Peyton Derry.
And we had this discussion earlier with a couple teachers. We talked about how Pat McAfee would kick the ball off, and we would say, boy, he'll be kicking someday on Saturday and maybe even Sunday, and Jake Chappell is just following him right in his footsteps. He just booted that ball into the end zone.
Only difference I see is Jake Chappell is a left-footed kicker, and McAfee kicks from the right side.
Yes, he does. It's good analysis there, Jake.
So it's going to be 1st down and 10. Senior quarterback Sean Bowen is in the game. He switches stuff with the other quarterback, Nick Amendola, but Peyton Derry there will be the ball carrier. He'll get about a yard. I was reading, Norwin is led by junior quarterback Nick Amendola, but also snaps will be shared with the senior Sean Bowen. And please do not be confused with Danny Amendola, New England Patriots wide receiver. That is Nick Amendola, the junior.
No relation, Jake?
No relation.
Okay, just want to make sure.
The quarterback plays linebacker too, so Amendola.
Yeah, he was on the.
Oh, man, throwing that in too, huh? You guys are on your A game tonight, huh? I'm gonna get Matty to do a little play-by-play. It'll be like getting.
Bowen's gonna throw. He's pressured, and he's brought down. Give credit right there to Zach Nolan, who tripped him up, and finished right there by Nate Turchik. A big sack for the Mustangs, and it'll be a long 3rd down try coming up for the Knights. Make it 3rd down and 17.
And what Plum has to do here, guys, obviously, they have to force Norwin to punt. They can't give them, you know, 13, 14 yards. Norwin has the ball backed up onto their 13-yard line, so if Plum's able to hold them here, they should start off the next possession around midfield, if not in Norwin territory, and that would you can consider that then a momentum shift.
We're seeing a big defensive battle. Norwin leads the Quad A in defensive points given up. They've only given up 7 points through 3 games. They've shut out their first 2 opponents in Connellsville and, in Latrobe and Hempfield. As there's a flag on the play, it'll be a false start on Norwin. Back them up another 5 yards. Be a 3rd down and 22. Norwin comes in this game ranked 9th according to MSA Sports, and they're 1st in the section of the Quad A Foothills Conference, tied for 1st with the Penn Trafford Warriors, who are also 3-0 and coming off a big win last week against the McKeesport Tigers. 3rd down and 22. He's going to throw. It's going to be a screen play, incomplete pass. And that play just wasn't developing right there at all. 70 Mike Simboli there for the Mustangs. And also 85 Zach Nolan, and they are forced to punt. 9:59 left in this first half of play. Mustangs and Norwin this evening. Norwin leading the Mustangs 14-3. Norwin will punt from their own end zone. There's the snap and almost blocked. This kick's going to be wide to the right. Mustangs are going to have good field position. The umpire on the left side will mark this one all the way at the 30-yard line. Mustangs are in great field position. 9:53 remaining in this first half of play. Norwin 14, Plum 3. A cold, windy night at Norwin Knight Stadium in North Huntington, PA, on the campus of Norwin High School. A big section game for both of these teams this evening as the Mustangs try to end the 2-game skid. And as they've lost their last 2 games by a combined 6 points, the last 3 games have been 3-point losses, and they've been so heartbreaking for these Mustangs. Fuhrer takes the snap, handoff for Kevin Brown. Kevin Brown has a hole. He's going to get to the 20. He's going to get to the 10, the 5. Kevin Brown is in the end zone. Touchdown, Mustangs. What a run by Kevin Brown, the sophomore. Plum gets their first touchdown of the day, and Plum is right back in this game. Kevin Brown with his first touchdown run of the year. A 30-yarder, and how about that for a one-play wonder? Neon shoe Jake Chappell on for the extra point. Snap, hold by Crossy, kick is up, and that kick is good. The Mustangs, after giving up 14 points to start the game, have now scored 10 unanswered. And we have 9:44 left in this first half of play. Norwin 14, Plum 10. And oh my goodness, how about that, guys? A 30-yard run by Kevin Brown, who has seen limited action on offense so far this year. And first play, boom, right up the middle, broke about 3 tackles on the play, and has, for now, silenced this Norwin crowd.
Impressive run.
If you don't know, I'm Jake Matolo. Alongside me this evening is Anthony Lagnies, Cameron Kutzner, doing an awesome job on the camera so far, as always. Matty Beer Temple with me, Richie Rossi doing his first game of the season, and always one of my trusted colleagues, Nick Spudsatovich, also behind me. And don't forget about the real deal himself, Mr. Rick Barat, who makes this all possible for us to do the Mustang football games home and away. He took a much-needed break last week, a week off. We had the always intelligent Mr. Todd LaVarse with us last week, also a TV teacher at Plum Senior High School. It was a pleasure to have him with us, but glad to have Mr. Barat back as well this week. Chaplow will kick it off for the Mustangs. It is deep. It's going to go through the end zone, and it will be another touchback. And I think that kick right there topped the one from before. Awfully quiet, guys, after a start to the game. Anthony, your thought on the one play 30-yard drive?
Pretty impressive run. Pretty good moves by Kevin Brown to get to that end zone.
Richie Rossi, I need your input too. You haven't spoken yet this evening, but you're kind of in shock a little bit right now after that touchdown.
A little bit, Jake, a little bit. I just think that him and Coxon this year could be a great tandem.
I can definitely agree. First down and 10 for Norwin. It's a handoff for Derry, Peyton Derry. The quarterback is still Sean Bowen. We have not seen Amendola since the first drive of the game. They will give Peyton Derry around 7 yards. 9:16 remaining in this first half of play. Plum has scored 10 unanswered to make this a 14-10 ball game. Norwin still leading. Bowen takes the snap. He's going to throw a screen play to the outside for Logan Derry, but he will not get much. Brought down by Nick Robb. Nice play there on the outside, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and short. Make it 2 coming up for the Norwin Knights. A close to capacity crowd here at Norwin Knights Stadium in North Huntington, PA. A great night in Western PA for a high school football game. It's going to be a handoff for Derry. Derry has some room, has the first down. That is Peyton Derry. I do not know if they are related at all. I'll have to get back to you on that. Peyton Derry and his brother, is that his brother? There's two Derrys. Are they twins? Jake, you can hear me. Bowen to throw over the middle. Pass is open to a wide open Peyton Derry. Gets some room, breaks a tackle. And a flag on the play. That's my fault, folks. That was actually... I can't get a number, actually. I'm trying to figure out what number it was. Zach Hall actually made the catch. And we have a flag. And we have a sideline warning, the first sideline warning. Next time either side is warned about the sideline, it will be an automatic penalty for delay of game. First down and 10. The pass was completed from Sean Bowen to Zach Hall on the last play. First down and 10 from Norwin's 48. He will throw. Pass is completed on the outside to Steve Petrick. Brought down by Nick Robb, Nate Turchik, and Andrew Soxman, all on there on the play. And I don't know if you folks can see from the other side, it is a whiteout here for the Norwin student section. It's a big night. KDKA and Channel 4 are both here. MSA Sports is doing their Game of the Week broadcast here. And we've seen a good one so far. A high-scoring affair, 14-10, with 6:57 and counting remaining in this first half of play. It's going to be a handoff up the middle for Derry, Peyton Derry.
Peyton Derry spinning his way off that right side.
And they are brothers. Peyton Derry is the running back, number 6, and the leading receiver is Logan Derry. He is number 10. So I'm just going to quickly refer to the guy running the ball. It will be Peyton Derry, and the receiver is Logan Derry, number 10. If you can hear on our headset, it is really, really windy here. Third down, Bowen to throw, he's pressured, he's going to be sacked, ball is loose. Mustangs will recover, but the head official rules him down by contact at the 48-yard line. It will be a sack for the Mustangs. Great pressure right there. Mustangs will force a punt from Norwin and will get the ball back.
Brings up fourth down and long for Norwin.
Here comes the punt by Peyton Derry. It's going to be a line drive kick. Patrick Crossy waves it off. It's going to take a nice Norwin bounce all the way back to the 10-yard line. And that's where Plum will start.
Plum will take over first and 10 with 5:37 remaining in the half. Our score.
We have 5:37 remaining in this first half of play. Norwin still leading the Mustangs 14-10. Plum will go back on offense. Last drive was a one-play 30-yard run by Kevin Brown to score the touchdown for the Mustangs. Drive before was a 35-yard field goal by Neon Shoe Jake Chapla. Coxon will be behind Fuhrer. First down and 10 from their own 10. Turchik will be in motion and will now line up also behind Fuhrer. There's a snap. Handoff for Coxon up the middle. He has a hole. Gets to the 15-yard line. Give him 5, second down and 5 coming up.
Nick Coxon, number 8, with a good burst out of the backfield. Brought down by number 33, Zeke Luke.
Coming off the field for Norwin was their tight end, Steve Petrick, who also plays a little bit of linebacker and defensive end for Norwin. Second down and 5, Fuhrer takes the snap, handoff for Coxon again. He's not going to get much. They're going to give him 1. It'll be a third down and 4 coming up with 5 minutes and counting to go in this first half of play. Mustangs back on the road, only for their second time this year. Their last time they were on the road, it was a section win against rival Hempfield by a score of 45-19. That started the Mustangs out with a 1-0 record this year. From then, they have lost their last 2 games by a combined 6 points to North Hills and Altoona. North Hills was a non-conference game. Fuhrer's going to throw. It's going to be a screenplay for Coxon. Coxon is going to jump, and he'll be close to the first down. We will have to see where they're going to spot him. And it is going to be a Mustang first down. Coxon on the screenplay will get 4 yards, and it'll be enough for a Mustang first down. And our daily reminder on the broadcast, make sure to stay tuned at halftime for both marching band performances. You'll see Plum Marching Band, the pride of Plum, with their Move to the Music show first, since they are the visiting team. And then you'll see the Norwin High School Marching Band go as well. Kevin Brown's the ball carrier. He stays on his feet. Brown will not go down, and he'll get 5 yards. That's a lot of second effort running right there so far for the Mustangs. And we saw Kevin Brown in this last time. He carried the ball, took it to the end zone 30 yards, and broke about 5 tackles for the Mustangs. Clock is ticking, 3:30 remaining in the first half of play. Plum TV and the Plum Mustang Sports Network. Our weekly broadcast, 4th week of Friday Night Lights. Brought to you by Coca-Cola. Second down and 5. Mustangs going with 4 out. Fuhrer throws. Pass will be juggled and incomplete. Pass was intended for the tight end, Zach Nolan. Pass intended for number 85, Zach Nolan, incomplete. So it'll bring up a 3rd down and 5. Clock is stopped with 3:10 left in the first half. The Plum visiting crowd traveled very well here to Norwin. Only about a half-hour drive from Plum. Norwin High School is right off of Route 30 in North Huntington, right up on a hill. Fuhrer takes the snap on 3rd down and 5. He throws. He's going to go over the middle. Pass is completed to Ashton Teeter. Forward progress will mark Teeter at the 39-yard line. It's a completion of 14 yards from Fuhrer to Teeter, a combination I have said a lot the past couple of weeks. And it'll be a Mustang first down at their own 39-yard line. Mustangs are driving. They started this drive on their own 10-yard line and have moved the ball 29 yards so far. Fuhrer in the shotgun again. He'll take the snap. He's going to throw. There's a little bit of pressure. He still has time. He's going to throw it deep. Teeter is there, but it is out of bounds. Hey, good play call right there, Cam, trying to go deep.
I think it is because, I mean, you only got 35 seconds left till the 2-minute warning. I mean, it was first down. You have to go for a shot deep, catch a defense by surprise.
Plum and Norwin both have 3 timeouts remaining in this half. They have not used any yet. Philip Marr, Patrick Crossy, Zach Nolan, Ashton Teeter are the receivers out wide. Fuhrer will throw again. He has time. Completed to Coxon on the outside, and he'll get out of bounds. Good play by Coxon. That looked like the last option on that play, but nonetheless, it's a good play, good completion. They'll give Coxon 6 yards. It'll be a 3rd down and 4. Clock is frozen with 2:29 remaining in the first half. Mustangs are on their own 45-yard line. They need to get to their own 49 to advance the ball for another first down. Mustangs are going yet again with 4 wide in their shoot formation, as Coach Paris has told me before. Nolan will motion to the right. Fuhrer takes the snap. He's going to throw. Pass to the outside is deflected. That is about the 2nd time tonight Steve Petrick has deflected the ball. The other being deflected in the air. You did not see it due to our technical difficulties, and being intercepted by Norwin and taken back to the end zone for their first score of the game. Zach Nolan will punt. Back to return for Norwin is Tevin Washington, number 3. And also Zach Hall back to return, number 8 for Norwin. There's the snap. Nolan will get the kickoff. It's a line drive kick. And it's going to take a friendly Mustang bounce. And that's a nice punt by Zach Nolan on the line. Got a good bounce. It'll be down at the 12-yard line of Norwin. Norwin will have 3 timeouts and 2 minutes and 15 seconds on the clock to try to get some points on the board. Mustangs are set to receive the ball in the second half. And quickly to mention the marching band, this past weekend, the Mustang Marching Band had a performance at Gateway High School and won a prestigious award there for one of the best bands performing that night. So congratulations to the Plum High School Marching Band for their performance at Gateway High School last Saturday. Handoff up the middle is for Derry. And the Mustangs are signaling for a fumble. Did Derry let go of the ball? It is Mustang football. Peyton Derry fumbled the ball at the end of the play. And the Mustangs will have the ball at their own at the Norwin 18-yard line. What a turn of events, as I did not see Derry fumble the ball, but the Mustangs recovered it with 2:02 remaining in the half and set to maybe try to take the lead in this game. Did you guys see what happened there? I didn't see what happened.
No, I didn't see him muff the ball at all.
I do know that the defensive line have been playing great this game so far.
Well said, Richie and Cameron. Soxman will be in the Wildcat. Handoff to him. He has a hole on the outside if he gets some room, but he'll be brought down. Nice play there by Nick Amendola. And we are going to have a flag at the end of the play. Extracurricular activity. Looked like Cavante Goins was in on the play and maybe shoved the player from Plum. And if that is, guys, that's a huge penalty if that's against Norwin. It's a personal foul on the defense.
Preliminary indication, personal foul against the Knights.
If that's the case, the Mustangs will receive an automatic first down and will move the ball half the distance to the goal, which they will, and Plum will be at the 9-yard line. I'd like to apologize to the fans. I am feeling a little bit under the weather, so if I have a squeaky voice, which I usually do, or cough, sniffle, whatever during the broadcast, I will severely apologize. I think there's a bug going around the high school, guys, and I hope I didn't catch it. 2nd down and 2. They did not give the Mustangs a first down. They only just got him half distance to the goal. Coxon will carry. Have enough. He's in. Touchdown, Mustangs. Nick Coxon will get an 8-yard touchdown run and put the Mustangs in the lead late in the first half. Mustangs have scored right now 16 unanswered points in this second quarter. And Richie, the Mustang running backs will not go down in this game.
They will not, Jake. It's always great to see both running backs getting involved in the game.
You're correct. Both touchdowns tonight for Plum have been on the running end. Nick Coxon and Kevin Brown, both sophomores, scoring the touchdowns. High snap, and the extra point will be no good as Chapla falls on it. It was a high snap. But right now, the Plum Mustangs have a 16-14 lead with 1:37 left in the first half of play. What a turn of events. Mustangs have scored 16 unanswered points in this second quarter of play. They forced a turnover on the Peyton Derry run. Mustangs took the ball. They were helped by a personal foul penalty on Norwin. Next play, Nick Coxon took it in for a touchdown.
And these Mustang running backs will not go down.
Jake, this could prove costly for the Knights, too. I mean, we've seen how potent the Mustangs are in the second half.
Now, Cameron and Matty, Richie, not to exclude you here, but we have seen Coxon all year, especially Turchik, too. The Mustangs have in their heads they will not go down, until they are literally forced down. They keep going for second after the hit yardage. Especially, I think of a prime NFL example of that. Steelers running back LeGarrette Blount really does a good job of not going down after he's hit. Chaplin will kick it off, but this one is going to be returned by Peyton Derry from around the 5-yard line. He's going to get it. He'll stutter step around the 20-yard line. Give credit to Andrew Soxman there on the tackle. And don't underestimate there, Mustangs just missed an extra point too on the high snap, which, guys, that can also be costly a little bit at the end of the game, especially if hypothetically, if the score stayed the same, a 2-point game, Norwin could possibly win it instead of tying it if the Mustangs made the extra point. But I'm happy, the rest of us are happy that the Mustangs are in the lead 16-14 with 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining this first half of play. Amendola's the quarterback now. He'll keep it. He won't get much. Tackled by Bill Irvin. And a fan favorite and a favorite of ours, number 61, Joe Nania, is now in the game for the Mustang defense. The Italian stallion Joe Nania in his senior year, playing defensive line for the Mustangs, primarily at nose tackle. Amendola's the quarterback. Here's the snap. Amendola with another keeper, and he'll be brought down. He might have even lost a yard. Zach Martin, the senior, also in on the play. I'd like to quickly mention, I had an interview with Zach Martin earlier this week, and Zach told me that they are tediously watching Norwin film, getting this offense down. You know what I mean, guys? Like, getting this offense down of Norwin's approach. They run a little bit of option with Amendola in the game, but when they have Sean Bowen in the game, they really are going with a pro formation of offense. And Zach told me they're just going to prepare both ways, either if Amendola or Bowen is in the game at quarterback. And so far tonight, Mustang defense has only given up 7 points. The Mustangs also had a pick six. Or no, Norwin had a pick six, excuse me, to give themselves a 7-0 lead earlier in the game. The Norwin crowd has been silenced. The Plum crowd that traveled really well getting here is pumped. The band is pumped. It's a big third down. Mustangs used their first time out of the half there to stop the clock. Timeout was called by second-year head coach Matt Morgan, who has revitalized this Mustang football program. Amendola will keep it to the outside. There is a flag on the play. It is not enough for a first down. It's probably going to be a holding, but I believe the Mustangs will decline the penalty and take a 4th down and force the Norwin Knights to punt yet again. We will see what the head official calls. It is a holding on the offense. And Matt Morgan will decline the penalty. Therefore, it's going to be a 4th down coming up for the Knights. Clock is frozen with 32.3 seconds left. Plum takes their second timeout of the half. They have 1 remaining.
Do we have a timeout on the field taken by Plum?
Oh, all right. No, I got it down.
And also stay tuned at halftime after the marching band performances. Make sure to stay tuned for the Mustangs marching performance, by the way, at halftime. We will have the Coca-Cola halftime show. Myself, Cameron Kutzner, will take us through this day in history and birthdays as well for today. We'll go our halftime report, check on scores around the league and WPIL Quad A action. Norwin will punt. The punter is Peyton Derry, and he'll get it off almost blocked. And there will be a flag on the play. That's not going to help the Mustangs. For now, it's down to the 48-yard line. But Nick Robb and also Dylan Whiteman took the kicker down. This is probably going to be a running into the kicker penalty, and Norwin will get a first down due to the yardage. Referees are going to talk it over, but it was kind of blatant. As the Mustang defense is coming back out on the field. It is not a personal foul roughing the kicker. It is just a running into the kicker penalty. But unfortunately, it's a 5-yard penalty, and with the 5-yard penalty, it is enough for a Norwin first down with 21.9 seconds left. Norwin has all 3 timeouts remaining. Amendola is still the quarterback in the game. Mustangs lead the Knights 16-14. Snap, Amendola hands it off for Derry. Derry has some room, but he's brought down. Good play by Nick Robb. And Norwin is going to concede the first half of play. That is going to be the end of the first half of play here at Norwin Knights Stadium and on the campus of Norwin High School in North Huntington, PA. A crazy first half. Norwin puts up 14 points in the first quarter, but the Mustangs put up a more impressive 16 points in the second quarter of play. Right now, our halftime score, Plum Mustangs 16 and the Norwin Knights 14. In a battle of Quad A powerhouses in the Foothills Conference. We will be back. Stay tuned for the halftime performances. First up will be your own Mustang marching band, then followed by Norwin. Cameron Kutzner and I will have our halftime report. Stay tuned, folks.
Just stick their headsets here. Let's keep the momentum going with this song by Maroon 5, Moves Like Jagger. And now we let the band front run away with this tune from Bruno Mars, Runaway Baby. We thank you for your attention as we change the pace and bring our show to a close with this 1965 hit written by Pete Seeger and performed by the Birds, Turn, Turn, Turn.
halftime show features music from the 2013 Top 40, including Pompeii by Bastille and Timber by Kesha and Pitbull.
He has a couple places. East Burroughs,
Norwin High School Marching Band.
Ladies and gentlemen, up on ice hand for the Norwin High School Marching Band, please. Also, put your hands together for the Plum High School Marching Band. Very nice show tonight as well. Those of you who purchased programs for tonight's game, please get those out. We have some giveaways. I'll get to that in a second. We have some scores for you from around the area. Pittsburgh Central Catholic 23, Fox Chapel 0. Pine Richland 34, Kiski 0. Duffel Park 21, Cannon Mac 0. Franklin Regional 19, Indiana 6. The Connellsville Falcons 14, the Enfield Spartans 12. North Allegheny 24, Upper St. Clair 7. The Penn Trafford Warriors 21, Altoona 0. The McKeesport Tigers 14, the Lakeshore Wildcats 6. From PNC Park in the 6th inning now, it is Milwaukee 2, Pittsburgh 0. Those of you who purchase programs, if you return to your program,
Welcome back to the broadcast.
please turn
It is halftime here. Great job by the marching bands of Plum and Norwin. Their fantastic performances. As quickly as we are going to begin the second half of play, I want to go through my little birthdays and this day in history. Today is September 19th, 2014. Back in 1881, U.S. President James Garfield died of wounds suffered in a July 2nd shooting. He was assassinated back on July 2nd, 1881. In 1981, Simon and Garfunkel, the famous singing tandem, reunited for a concert in New York Central Park. The next year, in 1982, Scott Fallman posts the first documented emoticons, or emojis as they're known as now, on the campus of Carnegie Mellon University. Yes, that is true. Emojis and emoticons were invented at Carnegie Mellon in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And finally, on this day in history, September 19, 2011, Mariano Rivera, the closer of the New York Yankees, surpasses Trevor Hoffman to become the Major League Baseball's all-time saves leader. A quick birthday shout-out. Born in 1967 on this day is famous baseball pitcher Jim Abbott, who pitched with one arm. He was a lefty. He had the glove on the right arm. After he threw, he switched it to the left. He is very famous for throwing one of 23 perfect games in Major League history. A great guy, a true professional, Jim Abbott. Happy birthday to him. Former Penguins coach Dan Bylsma is celebrating his 44th birthday today. Happy birthday, Dan Bylsma. Happy birthday to late night host Jimmy Fallon, who turns 40 today. And also, happy birthday also 28 years old Chase Rice, American country singer. One of my favorites. He turns 28 today.
the winning ticket on tonight's 50-50.
Our halftime stats brought to you by Coca-Cola will give you the overview of the first half of play. Norwin got off to a quick 7-0 lead. Will Fuhrer pass was deflected, intercepted, and returned by Norwin for a touchdown. Next possession, Norwin had a trick play on a wide receiver reverse. They handed the ball back to the quarterback, and he threw deep to the end zone for a touchdown. Norwin led 14-0 after the first quarter. Plum came out in the second quarter, kicked a 35-yard field goal with Chapla to cut it to a 14-3 game. Plum later scored on a 30-yard touchdown run by Kevin Brown, and also an 8-yard touchdown run by Nick Coxon. The extra point on the Coxon run was missed. And right now, our score stands at Plum 16, Norwin 14. Big section game right now in the Quad A Foothills Conference. Norwin ranked 9th in the WPIAL Quad A, according to MSA Sports. They are 3-0 and 2-0 in section play. Plum comes into this game with an overall record of 1-2 and a section record of 1-1. And folks, we do officially welcome you back. I'm Jake Mattoll. Alongside me is Richie Rossi, Anthony Lagnes, Matty Beer Temple, Nick Spud-Satovich, Cameron Kutzner, and the real deal himself, Mr. Rick Barat. Guys, I need your thoughts after the first half. Anthony, your thoughts on the Mustangs' performance in that first half of play?
After giving up those 2 touchdowns, I like the way they came back into the game. And coming into the second half with the lead is big.
Richie?
I just think the defense has been playing well. Both running backs have been playing well. It's going to be a great second half.
Well said. I got a good crew with us this evening. We started this game out with technical difficulties. We apologize for that yet again. We had camera and sound malfunctions. We did not want to bring you the game with those problems, so we got the problems fixed. And we are here broadcasting this game at Norwin High School, Norwin Knight Stadium in North Huntington, PA. Norwin High School consists of the towns of North Huntington, Irwin, and North Irwin. That is the combination of Norwin High School. Kicking off for Norwin will be 99 Nick Ozaweski. There's the kickoff. Looks like Nick Robb to return it. He's at the 20. He's got a hole at the middle. Good return by Nick Robb to the 32-yard line. Mustangs will come back out in the field, led by senior quarterback Will Fuhrer. Had a little bit of hard luck on that tipped interception by Norwin, but nonetheless, Will Fuhrer had a very good first half. He has been led in the backfield. Our Mustang offense has been led in the backfield by running backs Nick Coxon and Kevin Brown, both with rushing touchdowns and both sophomores. So the Mustangs will be on their own 32-yard line, first down and 10. A capacity crowd here at Norwin Knight Stadium. Handoff for Kevin Brown. Breaks a tackle and he'll be stopped. I think he got back to the line of scrimmage. So it'll be second down and 10 coming up for the Mustangs. Wayne Close there on the tackle for the Knights. Second down and 10 from the Mustangs' 32-yard line. The receivers out wide are Patrick Crossy and Ashton Teeter. Fuhrer takes the snap. It's another handoff for Brown. Brown will get some yards, give him 2. It'll be a third down and 8 for the Mustangs. Some scores at halftime from different section teams. The Connellsville Falcons lead the Hempfield Spartans 14-12 at halftime. And also Penn Trafford is winning their game by the score of 21-0. So an upset right now going on in Connellsville. They're leading Hempfield 14-10. Plum right now, and the ball is fumbled, but it's picked up by Coxon, who's looking for room, gets to the outside, cuts up the middle, A good recovery play by the Mustangs to get some positive yardage, but that could have been disastrous for the Mustangs, and it could have been great for Norwin, but the ball was recovered by Coxon, who gains just about 4 yards on that play. It's going to be 4th down and 4, but the Mustangs will still have to punt with Zach Nolan, and back to return for Norwin will be number 8, Zach Hall. Snap. Nolan gets it off. It's going to go to the right. It'll take a bounce, and the Mustangs will down it. Touched by Zach Martin at the Norwin 38-yard line. So we'll see the Norwin Knights offense come back on the field, led by quarterback Nick Amendola, also sharing snaps at quarterback, the senior Sean Bowen. We've seen so far through this first half when Norwin's going to a more pro-style offense approach, they've been going with the senior Sean Bowen at quarterback, but when they want to do a little bit of running, they're going with the junior Nick Amendola, who is a 3-year starter. He started at quarterback for Norwin since his freshman year, and he has developed really well for the Knights. Handoff, Derry, no, he will not go anywhere. Nate Turchik stuffs him in the backfield, a loss of 3 on the play, as Peyton Derry carried the ball right there. He is the younger brother of Logan Derry, the receiver. Peyton Derry's the running back. He's a junior. And then Logan Derry, the senior, is the receiver. 2nd down and 13. Amendola's in the shotgun with 3 wide, excuse me. And they're going to run it to the receiver, who was on the outside, but yet again, Mustang defense there with another big stop. Eric Trends, Nick Robb, Nate Turchik also in there. They gave the ball on the wide receiver run to Zach Hall. He will not get anything. He'll get back to the original, not to the original line of scrimmage, but to the current line of scrimmage, which is at the Norwin 35-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 13. 8:45 and counting remaining in this 3rd quarter of play in North Huntington. Mustangs lead the Knights 16-14. Amendola's back in the pistol. See what they do on 3rd down here. Amendola's going to throw, and he does not have anybody. He's going to take off, but he will be brought down out of bounds at the 40-yard line. He'll get around 5. Tackle made there by number 70, Mike Zimboli, and the Mustangs force a 3 and out. It's now 4th down and 9 for the Norwin Knights as Amendola got 4 yards on the run.
Great defense by Plum, Jake.
Absolutely, Cam. That was a fantastic job by the defense to hold Norwin to a 3 and out. And it's a fake. It is a Norwin fake punt, but they're stopped. Nate Turchik with a fantastic play to stop Norwin on the fake punt. The punter is the running back, Peyton Derry. He tried to take the ball for a 1st down. He'll only get 5 yards, and Plum has great field position. Guys, are you questioning that call from the Norwin Knights?
Well, I mean, it took us by surprise, it looks like, but not like it didn't turn out like they hoped. Nate Turchik had a great hit. So, I don't know. It's
just puts those Mustangs in good field position now. At the 45 of Norwin, 1st down and 10. Fuhrer in the pistol. Billy Bob Baird, the center. He'll hand off for Kevin Brown, the sophomore, on the outside. He'll stiff arm a guy. Get a good chunk of yards. He is rolled out of bounds at the 42. Give him 3 yards. 2nd down and 7 for the Mustangs. Really windy here at Knight Stadium. Again, we are outside, out on the deck. But it's a nice night for football. A little bit chilly, a little bit windy, but nonetheless a nice night for a Western PA Quad A football WPIL matchup. Baird will snap, handoff from Fuhrer, goes to Coxon. He'll leap forward, give him 1. It'll be a 3rd down and 6 coming up for the Mustangs from the 41-yard line. Guys, do you think this is 4 down territory right now? Do you think the Mustangs will try to maybe run again here? I don't know, guys. What do you guys think?
Well, they might try to surprise him on a deep pass because you know how Will likes to go deep to Teeter, so that might happen. I see they're lined up with 4 wide receivers, so that's definitely a possibility.
We will see. And Cameron, I think that's a good call here because I think Fuhrer has the arm to do it. Good call, Cam. He's going to throw. There's some pressure. He's going to be sacked. Nick Amendola there with the sack for the Knights. Fuhrer is pushed back to the 50-yard line. A big stop by the Norwin defense, and they'll force a Mustangs punt.
And Jake, that's really the first time we've seen a breakdown by that Mustangs offensive line.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there, Richie, as that was only the 2nd sack of the game for the Knights. The 1 sack earlier in the game, as you guys saw, Fuhrer had a lot of time to throw, but the receivers weren't open, and then by the time he found somebody, he was brought down the line, could only hold for so long. Nolan's punt will be out of bounds. It'll be marked at the 35-yard line, only a punt of 15 yards. Norwin will start from their own 35-yard line. 6:41 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Mustangs still lead the Knights 16-14. It is whiteout night here for the Norwin student section, as we stated earlier. Norwin has a great campus. This is a true campus of schools. Norwin has their high school, intermediate school, middle school, and 1 elementary school, along with their high school baseball stadium, their high school football stadium, all in the same complex. Flag on the play. Looks like it's going to be a false start on the Knights. It is. It'll back Norwin up 5 yards to their own 30. It'll be now 1st down and 15. And speaking of Norwin High School, enrollment around 1,600. School was established in 1950. Timothy Koch is the principal. Paul Doucette, the drummer for the band Max Botch 20, is from Norwin High School. He is an alum. And Doug Plank, an Arena Football League head coach for the Georgia Force, more known with the Ohio State Buckeyes. He is also a Norwin alum. And Norwin High School used to be Queen of Angels High School, Queen of Angels Catholic School, which is right down the road from Norwin High School. Norwin moved to their high school location in 1950. Amendola hands off for Derry, not much. He'll be stopped by Zach Nolan. It's going to be 2nd down and 16, loss of 1 for the Knights. It'll be 2nd down 16, 6:15 and counting this 3rd quarter. Zach Hall in motion to the left. Amendola to throw. He'll go over the middle. Pass will be caught by Hall over the middle. He will not get enough for a 1st down, but he'll pick up a big chunk of yards. Bill Irvin there on the tackle for the Mustangs. Give Hall a 12-yard catch. A 14-yard catch. It'll be a short 3rd down and 2 for the Knights. Big 3rd down here for both teams as Norwin trying to continue this drive. They've been held scoreless since the 1st quarter of play. Amendola will run to the right, looking for someone to throw to. He is hit, and The ball was deflected out of the hands of the receiver, John Lociato. It's incomplete. It's now 4th down and 2, and that was close to being a touchdown if Lociato brought that ball in right there. Punt will be coming from Peyton Derry. There's a snap. There's going to be a flag on the play. Derry gets a high punt off. Crossy will look to return. Crossy's got some room up the middle. He breaks a hole. There is another flag on the play. Two flags. We'll see what the call is from the head official. Most likely, it's probably going to be one on both teams. But we will see the call as the Mustang offense makes their way back out on the field. As we take a second here with the referees discussing, we are going to quickly take a second for station identification here on the Plum Mustangs Sports Network.
We have illegal procedure against the Knights. And against the Mustangs.
Welcome back to Norwin High School. Score is Plum 16, Norwin 14. Our last play, we had dual penalties, a false start, or excuse me, an illegal procedure on Norwin and also a holding on the Mustangs punt team. The penalties will cancel themselves out and they will redo 4th down. Peyton Derry will punt it away again for the Knights. There's the snap. Derry gets it off. Another good kick. Crossy will let it go. And oh no, guys. The ball was touched by the Mustangs. I can't get a number, but by him touching the ball on the punt, it's going to be a live ball, and Norwin recovered the ball. What a huge turn of events here. And what a bad break for the Mustangs as Norwin will get the ball back at their own 20, or at the Plum 25-yard line. And guys, that's a heartbreaker right there.
Yeah, that's a bad mistake, Jake. But Plum's going to obviously have to overcome this now as Norwin starts off on the 25.
That's what a difference makes right there on that cancellation of penalties right there. Plum is going to get the ball in pretty good field position. But now Norwin has to get the ball back. Amendola's pressured. He's going to be brought down by the Mustangs at the 30-yard line. Nate Turchik, Eric Trenz, Zach Martin. The whole Mustang defense, for goodness sakes, was in there on the sack on Amendola. It's going to be a 2nd down and 15 from the 30. We have 4:24 and counting remaining in the 3rd quarter of play. I'm Jake Matola. Alongside me this evening, Matty Beer Temple, Nick Sputsatovich, Cameron Kutzner, Richie Rossi, Anthony Lagnies, and the real deal himself, Mr. Rick Barat. Mr. Barat, I just want to quickly take your thoughts on the second half of play that we've seen so far, which has been scoreless thus far.
Yeah, right after this play, Jake.
Amendola pressured again. Yeah. He's going to be brought down. Nate Turchik there on the sack, and also Mike Simboli. Go ahead, Mr. Barat.
I was going to say, Jake, both coaches playing it pretty close to the vest, but really questioned that fake punt call by the Norwin coaches. I was talking to Ray Adams right behind us, and he was saying, why would you go for a fake punt when you're down by 2 with the majority of the 3rd quarter and 4th quarter left to go? And they weren't even at midfield. They were approaching midfield. I mean, good for Norwin that Plum was unable to capitalize.
I agree, but here's a 3rd down and 17 for the Norwin Knights. Amendola's going to throw. There's pressure, but it's going to be a screenplay. But the Mustangs are all over it. Bill Irvin with the play to stop Logan Derry. He's going to lose 3 yards. And after the Mustangs muffed the punt,
they went severely back. They didn't have one play that went for positive yardage.
You're exactly right, Mr. Barat. And now Norwin is forced to punt. Both huge defensive stops for both teams after the Norwin fake punt. Norwin stopped Plum, and now Plum stops Norwin after
going in the end zone.
It will be. Mustangs get a break. The punt goes into the end zone for a touchback.
And Jake, that's a huge break. But Plum would have started that last possession on their own 25. Now they'll start on the 20. Huge missed bullet there by the Mustangs.
And Jake, I think a key to that drive was the great penetration by the Mustangs up defensive line.
Absolutely. Good catch by both you guys. Mustangs had 2 sacks on the first 2 downs, and then on that last play, you saw Bill Irvin just stuff the screenplay for a loss of 3. So Mustangs will start from their own 20. First down and 10, 2:38 remaining in the third quarter of play. Fuhrer hands off for Coxon. Up the middle. He'll get some positive yardage, some pushing and shoving after the play. Give Coxon 3, second down and 7. And playing right in front of us right now is the Norwin Knights marching band drum line. Guys, they sound really good in front of us.
Yes, they do.
They do.
Second down and 7 coming up for the Mustangs from the 23. Fuhrer takes the snap. Fuhrer has time to throw. Has a lot of time. Goes deep, looking for a receiver, and there's the flag.
On the flag.
And we all caught it. It looked like a little trip on the play that caught Teeter. A little
I agree.
Iffy.
But boy, in this type of game, Jake, don't you think, and Richie and Ant-Man, don't you think that's incidental contact? Now, Anthony, I know you're a big Penn State guy, and you want all those calls to go with you, but come on, Ant, back me up here. Is that incidental contact?
Yes.
Okay, thanks, Ant. See, us Penn State people can get along, right, Anthony?
Yeah, I could agree with that.
I mean, we'll take the call, obviously.
Absolutely.
It's a pass interference call, but it wasn't anything blatant.
You two have your moments.
Yes. So it'll be curious to see what Coach Morgan calls here. As we're under 2 minutes in the third quarter. Plum, obviously, if they score a touchdown, they go by 8 and they make the extra point. They're up by 2 scores. So you don't want to be a risk taker after that long pass, but I know Coach Morgan also wants to eat up the clock.
And we have a jump on the offensive line. Looked like Simboli jumped early. They'll move the Mustangs back 5 yards. That last penalty, by the way, moved the Mustangs up 15 yards. A pass interference on the defense in college or high school is an automatic 15-yard penalty. And it's not the spot of the foul like in the NFL. Mustangs are moved up and then backed up another 5 after the false start penalty by the offensive line of the Mustangs. It'll be first down and 15 from their own 33. Fuhrer is by himself. Actually, no, that's Soxman. Yes, Soxman keeps. They went a little 5 wide, and we're seeing Soxman a lot carrying the ball this game. Gets some good yardage. Amendola there, who has been everywhere this evening.
Yeah, I mean, on both sides of the ball. I mean, Jake, we talked about that in your intro when we looked at that today in school. We said we're going to like saying Amendola all night, but the way he's played on both sides of the ball, thoroughly impressed with his play tonight.
He brings down Soxman. Soxman gets a good chunk of 4 yards. It's going to be second down and 11. Soxman is still back. They've been running this wildcat formation a lot tonight. It's been pretty successful. Soxman keeps, has a hole up the middle. Andrew Soxman to the 50. He's going 40, 30, 20, 10, and he's in! Touchdown Mustangs! Andrew Soxman takes it in, a 63-yard run for the touchdown. And what a momentum shifter right there, as we've seen a lot of success on that run play, and the Mustangs can make this a 2-possession game.
How about that Wildcat today, Jake?
You said it, Ann. Unbelievable. The 3rd rushing touchdown of the evening for the Mustangs, all by 3 different guys, Soxman, Coxon, and Kevin Brown. But Soxman maybe have scored, and we're going to say it again probably for the rest of the night, maybe the 10th big play of the game from either team. We have a confrontation. The officials are discussing something. Head coach Matt Morgan is upset about something on the sideline. After the play was over, there's a personal foul on Norwin and Plum. So those penalties were offset. Nothing happens. Plum's touchdown remains on the board. And now Chapla is on to try to make this a 2-possession game. Crossy's the holder. Pop Rocky is the snapper. There it goes. The kick will be up. The kick will be good. Jake Chapla extends the Mustang lead to 9. It is now Plum 23, Norwin 14. Plum with 23 unanswered points on Norwin. And guys, this Norwin team is looking a little bit down and degraded after that last drive, Richie.
Very much so, yes.
One of 3 remaining in this third quarter of play. Jake Matola along with Richie Rossi, Anthony Lagnes, Matty Beertemple, Nick Spudzatovich, Cameron Kutzner, the real deal himself, Rick Barat. Mr. Rick Barat is here this evening with us. Plum will have the kickoff moved to the Norwin 45-yard line due to the penalty after the touchdown. Just a reminder, next week, Plum is at home against rival Kiski Cavaliers. It is homecoming next week at Plum. So make sure to watch our broadcast next week, as we'll be coming from Mustang Stadium, the Mustang Dome, as most of the Mustang football players like to call it. Chapla will kick it off. It's deep, and it is through the end zone for a touchback and into the Norwin marching band. So Norwin will get the ball at their own 20-yard line, first down and 10. Temperature down into the high 50s, low 40s now, or excuse me, the low 50s, high 40s. It is chilly, it is windy. We are on a big hill here in North Huntington. Norwin High School campus is on the hill across from Queen of Angels School, right off of Route 30. About a half hour away from Plum. And the senior quarterback, Sean Bowen, is in the game. He's gonna throw on first down. Pass will be completed to his tight end, Steve Petrick. He will have enough for a first down. Norwin will have the ball at their own 32-yard line. First down and 10, 45 seconds and counting left in this third quarter of play. We've seen an exciting game so far, which right now, since the first quarter, has been dominated by the Mustangs. And some miscommunication on the Norwin side of the football, and quarterback Sean Bowen is forced to take a timeout. It's the first of the half for the Knights. They have 2 remaining.
Hopefully this doesn't come back to cost them later in the game.
The Norwin Athletic Hall of Fame banquet will take place on Thursday, October the 2nd, 2014 at Stratigos Banquet Center. Price of the ticket is $35. Tickets may be purchased at the Norwin Athletic office. This year's
I'm Jake Matola. We're going to pause 10 seconds for station identification here on the Plum Mustang Sports Network. This telecast is copyrighted by the Plum Mustang Sports Network for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the express written consent of the Plum Mustang Sports Network and Plum TV is strictly prohibited.
The 1979 and 1980 girls volleyball teams and the 1986 boys basketball team. That's
Norwin will have a first down and 10 from their 32-yard line. Quarterback Sean Bowen was forced to take a timeout on the last play. He's in the shotgun. There's a snap. Bowen will throw. He's going to throw, and he will try to find his tight end, Patrick, and Andrew Soxman with a bone-jarring hit right there. Good play by Soxman. Be second down and 10 for the Knights. And the tight end, Patrick, according to my stats sheet and roster, is the tallest man on the Norwin roster. He is at 6'5". He's listed at 6'5", 210 pounds. We've seen him on defense deflect 3 passes so far tonight. One that led to an interception. Bowen's going to throw. It is going to be incomplete. Good defense right there by Patrick Crossy. The intended receiver was number 33, as you heard the PA announcer say here at Norwin Stadium. It is Zeke Klusherik. Klusherik was defended greatly by Patrick Crossy. It's going to be third down and 10 for the Knights. Bowen is in the shotgun. He has trips to his left. Mustangs showing blitz. They're going to pressure Bowen. Bowen's going to throw. Bowen, it will be incomplete, but there is a flag on the play. Again, it looked like incidental contact as Klusherik was tripped. And unfortunately, this is going to look like a pass interference penalty on the Mustangs. It is. It's going to move the Norwin Knights up 15 yards, and it's an automatic first down. Costly penalty right there for the Mustangs defense. Again, seen incidental contact, but nonetheless, it is a 15-yard penalty for the Norwin Knights and an automatic first down. .22 seconds left in the third quarter. Mustangs leading the Knights 23-14. Bowen takes the snap. He's going to throw outside. Pass is incomplete. Great defensive play right there by Philip Marr, and unfortunately Marr is down on the play. He is rolling around. He does not look too good. Pass was intended for Logan Derry. Great coverage by Marr, who almost came out with the pick. But we'll see Road Dog, Dr. Bob Crossy, and the rest of the Mustangs medical staff attend to Philip Marr, who went down right after that play.
Hopefully this isn't too serious. I agree.
Philip Marr, the senior wide receiver / defensive back. A senior, good friend of mine. He's really pumped for his senior year of football this year. Works hard every day on the football field. I talk to him just about every day about football and what's going on. Has a vast knowledge of the game. Philip Marr also plays baseball for the Plum Mustangs baseball team in the spring. He's a pitcher and outfielder. Philip got up, ran to the sideline, was looking good. Second down and 10 after Marr's deflection on the defensive end from the 47-yard line. Bowen takes a snap. He's going to throw. Pass will be incomplete, intended for Klusherik. So it'll bring up a third down and 10 yet again for the Norwin Knights. Last time Norwin had a third down, there was a pass interference call on the Mustangs. From there, Norwin has not moved any yards. Saw Mike Simboli enter the game from the Mustang sideline. Big third down here for the Norwin Knights from their own 47-yard line. Bowen will take the snap. He has pressure from the outside. He is going to be sacked by the Mustangs.
Big sack by the Mustangs.
Looks like 62, Chris Erfurt there with the sack. And with that, that ends the third quarter of play here in North Huntington, PA. Our score after 3, Plum 23, Norwin 14. Plum is 1 quarter away from upsetting another Quad A divisional opponent. Last time Plum was on the road, and last time Plum won was at Hempfield. They defeated the 10th ranked Spartans at the time of Hempfield by the score of 45-19. They are on the verge of doing that again. They are 12 minutes away from doing that. The sack by Erfurt pushes Norwin back to the 40, their own 40. There's a loss of 7. They'll be 4th down and 17. There's the punt. Crossy will return from the 24. Crossy has some room, gets some yardage. He will be dragged down and around the 33-yard line. Going to be 1st down and 10 for the Mustangs. I am Jake Matola. I'm here with Richie Rossi, who is now on the camera. Cameron Kutzner, Anthony Lagnies, Nick Spudzatovich, and Matty Beer Temple. And don't forget about the real deal himself, Mr. Rick Barat, also with us this evening. Cameron, you're back on the headset here after filming the third quarter of play. Can I get your thoughts on Andrew Soxman's touchdown run?
Well, it was a great running effort by him and a great blocking by the team. It really looks like a play out of Madden.
I can agree there. Handoff for Cox at the middle, gets some positive yardage. Won't go down until he is stopped at the 39-yard line. Gain of 6, 2nd down and 4.
Second and 4.
11:20 remaining in this game. Mustangs lead 23-14 over the 9th-ranked Norwin Knights, trying to end their 2-game losing streak and trying to halt Norwin's 3-game winning streak to start the season. Fuhrer, handoff, Coxon goes up the middle. Oh, like a backbone-crushing hit right there. Coxon gets 2. He edges closer to a 1st down, but it is a 3rd down and 2. We are seeing them go a little bit now with Soxman, and Soxman comes back out on the field on this 3rd down and 2. He's calling the play, so we'll most likely see him run the ball here. It's a 3rd down and 2. Last time Soxman ran the ball, he had a 63-yard touchdown run. Low snap. Oh no, the ball is loose. Who recovers it? The Mustangs do. Nate Turchik, who's still on his feet, but he's brought down at the original line of scrimmage, which is the 33-yard line. That's the 2nd time we've seen it this evening, and almost cost the Mustangs again. But yet again, the Mustangs recover the ball, but unfortunately they cannot capitalize on the short 3rd down. A loss of 8 there, and it's now a 4th down and 10. Nolan back to punt, back to return for Norwin is Zach Hall. Pop Rocky's the long snapper. Goes to Nolan. Kick. That's a good kick by Nolan. Hall's going to return. He is stopped. Great play on special teams. There he is. 84, Philip Marr, back out on the field after his injury. Nice play by Marr to stuff Zach Hall from returning any bit of yards. Nolan punted that ball around 42 yards. So it'll be a 1st down and 10 from Norwin's own 30-yard line. 9:35 remaining in this game. Mustangs still lead the Knights 23-14. Mustangs trying to improve to 2-1 in section play before they go back home next week to face rival Kiski on homecoming. He's gonna snap, he is gonna be sacked. Eric Trent sacks Sean Bowen, the senior quarterback. Mustang defense has been engulfing the Norwin quarterbacks so far this evening.
Can you count how many sacks there were tonight, Jake?
And I don't think I can count them on one hand. That's got to be at least 5. We have a stoppage in play. It is a Norwin timeout. That is their second timeout of the half. They have 1 remaining. It's going to be a 2nd down and 20 from their own 20. Again, I stated already, Plum will play rival Kiski Cavaliers at home next week, 7 o'clock at Mustang Stadium. Next week, Norwin travels to Altoona to face the Altoona Mountain Lions, who were losing to the Penn Trafford Warriors at halftime by the score of 21-0. That game was in Harrison City, which is the home of Penn Trafford High School. Little Pirate update here. They're in the 8th inning at PNC Park. Pirates losing by the score of 2-0. You will know the result of that game and that series on Monday when we broadcast this game to you on Comcast Channel 23 and Verizon Channel 30. And if you're watching this from Plum Senior High School, you'll be watching this on Channel 90. 2nd down and 20. Bowen's the quarterback, takes the snap. He'll throw to the outside. Pass is completed. Got some room on the outside. He's going to get to the 50. Patrick Crossy will bring the receiver out of bounds. That is Klusherik again. Klusherik gets enough for a Norwin 1st down. That's a nice play by Norwin. Bowen to Klusherik. Give him 37 yards. Norwin is now in Mustang territory. We'll tell you again, Norwin has been held scoreless since the first quarter of play. The Mustangs have scored 23 unanswered points. Bowen takes the snap, he will throw. Fakes the screen play, but it's another sack. Senior Zach Martin there with the sack. Norwin is backed up 8 yards to midfield. It'll be 2nd down and 18.
Bill Irvin, number 7, recording the sack.
Well, Jake, it looks like on the sidelines, the coaches for Norwin are trying to figure out how to stop this Mustang blitz, and they just can't seem to do it.
Maddie, do you have something to say?
Yeah, I was going to say the Mustangs' defense is really in control of this game.
No doubt about it. Absolutely, Maddie. 2nd down, 18. Handoff. He'll be stuffed in the backfield. First to get there was Nate Turchik. Zach Nolan also there on the stop. They will back Norwin up 2 yards. 3rd down and 19. The carry there was by Peyton Derry. 3rd down and 19, 8 minutes remaining. Cam, any thoughts of 2-down territory right here?
Well, I mean, it's 3rd down. I mean, they could try to get a 10-yard, 12-yard pass for like a curl or a comeback, and then maybe try to go for it on 4th down, or they could just go for it all here.
We'll see. Bowen will throw. Mustangs pressuring, Turchik pressuring. He'll throw it away. Incomplete. Bowen was outside of the pocket because there was not a receiver in the area. It'll be 4th down and 19, and then we'll probably see the punt team from Norwin right here. That's a big stop by the Mustangs D guys.
That's a big stop. Now they have 7:37 left in the 4th quarter, left in the game. They can, and they're going to get a chance to run down some of that clock. Still a 2-possession game also, so.
And just mentioned to me again, Norwin only has 1 timeout to stop the clock too, so that's big. Derry will punt. Crossy will let this one go. It goes out of bounds. The side judge will mark it at the 19-yard line of Plum. 1st down and 10 for Plum. As Cameron said, Plum will probably try to run the ball here and control some clock. They're up by 2 scores. It's 23-14. Do you think here, even if they can take like 2.5 minutes off the clock, it'd be kind of a win for the drive, don't you think? Soxman will be back. Mustangs will run. Soxman keeps it himself. Soxman up the middle, has some room, but he's brought down. No, he's not. He stays on his feet. Andrew Soxman will not go down. He gets a 12-yard gain, make it 13 yards, and the Mustangs have another first down. I thought he was down on the play.
That is power running at its finest.
And Jake, we've seen his mark all over this game.
Absolutely, guys.
Looks like he was a little slow to get up there. So he's off the sidelines now.
Boy, has he deserved a playoff. Andrew Soxman. And Cam, he is now down on the sideline. Andrew Soxman is down on the sideline being looked at by the trainer. That's not a good sign for the Mustangs. Fuhrer will hand it off to Nick Robb, and Nick Robb gets a nice gain up the middle. That's the first carry for him. He will get to the 39-yard line. He'll be short 3 yards of the first down, 2nd down and 3. 7-yard gain for Nick Robb, his first carry of the evening.
Jake, we've seen a great diversity of running backs used tonight.
Absolutely, we've seen Andrew Soxman, Nick Cox, and Kevin Brown. Now we just saw Nick Robb carry the ball as senior for the Mustangs. Nick Robb primarily tonight, I think you all can agree, Nick Robb's done a great job on defense tonight. He's back at safety for the Mustangs. He prides himself in his defense. Fuhrer hands off. Nick Robb again. Nick Robb has a hole. Nick Robb has a first down. He's at the 50. He will get to the 40. He will be tripped up at the 40. Tackle made by 37, Cavante Goings.
Flag, Jake.
Flag down on the play. Good catch, Cam. It was thrown after the first down, so I'm eager to see what they call. It is a holding on the Mustangs. Now, it could have been later in the play, so we'll have to see where they spot the ball.
Looks like he still has the first down.
Yes, he does. Look like he did. It'll be marked at the 44-yard line. Good catch, Cam. First down and 10 for the Mustangs. The hold was after they got the first down, so therefore Mustangs get credit for the first down. The ball will be moved back 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Clock is frozen with 6 minutes, 7 seconds in the game.
I like what the Mustangs are doing. They already wasted 1 minute and 1.5 minutes on the clock, and we're not even done with this drive yet.
And they got a fresh set of downs.
A note to mention, Mike Caragina, number 63, is the new center. And we got a flag on the play. It will be a dead ball false start on the Mustangs. Move them back 5.
Procedure to call against Plum. First and 15 now.
Mustangs right now can control this game with a couple of runs. They can burn this clock down. Norwin is down to 1 timeout. Fuhrer takes the snap, handoff for Nick Robb. Nick Robb moves forward, and yet again, he will not go down like the rest of the Mustangs backs. Give him 2, 2nd down and 13.
Nick Robb, 24 on the carry.
Quick little Pirate update for you folks. They were losing 2-0, and the man of the year, probably one of them for the Pirates, Russell Martin, just hit a 3-run home run off of Jonathan Broxton. The Pirates now lead the Brewers 3-2 in the bottom of the 8th. Fuhrer takes a snap, 2nd down and 14. There's a run up the middle. That is Nick Carlosano with the carry.
That's the 5th running back we've seen today, Jake.
And I think about the 5th running back we have seen get a big chunk of yards and not go down until the end of the play. Good catch, Richie. 3rd down and 2 coming up, though, for the Mustangs, as Carlosano got 11 yards.
And this makes it a much more manageable 3rd and 2.
Absolutely. Mustangs could try again to get a 1st down here and extend the clock by keep running the ball, as we've seen them do this drive. Mustangs got to hurry. It's 5 on the play clock. Fuhrer hands off for Turchik. I do not know if he got it. It is 4th down. Turchik gets a yard. It's a 4th down and 1. Guys, any thought of them going for it here, Richie?
I wouldn't. I'd just try to pin them back as far as we can, because there's only 4 minutes on the clock, and it's a 2-possession game.
I think you made the right call there, Richie. Mustangs punt team is coming back on the field. It's a 4th down and 1.
Jake, do you think that we might risk it? Go for the 1st down, just to try to blow the clock up, waste more time?
My opinion was you try to go for the 1st down here, because you could pin them back, but you know, I don't know what would happen there. It's a high punt by Nolan. Mustangs are going to down it at the 13-yard line by Anthony Rendy, and there you go right there. Mustangs get a good punt from Nolan, and Norwin is pinned back. We'll give you the situation right here. There is 3:48 left in this game. Norwin is losing to the Plum Mustangs 23-14. Norwin has the ball with 1 timeout remaining. They need 2 scores. We'll see who they put in at quarterback. It is Sean Bowen. To the left of him is Peyton Derry. Here's the snap. He will throw to the outside. Pass is completed and brought down by Philip Marr. Once again, a good defensive play by Philip Marr, who has been everywhere on defense and special teams. Catch was made by Logan Derry. Only a gain of around 2. 2nd down and 8.
That's another big hit by Mustang quarterbacks there. They're making it happen with the big hits, causing fumbles.
And I just don't think this Norwin offense has been able to figure out this Mustang defense in the 2nd half.
Not at all, Richie. Even you have to include the 2nd quarter, too, as Norwin has not gotten a score since that 1st quarter wide receiver reverse trickery play. And ever since we fixed our equipment malfunction, Norwin has not scored at all in this game, which is good to see from our camera's perspective, because it looks like right now the Mustangs are winning 23-0, but Norwin had scored 2 times earlier in the game.
And they only have 1 offensive touchdown.
Correct, Richie. The other touchdown came on a pick 6 by the Norwin defense. The ball was tipped at the line on Fuhrer's throw. 3rd down and 8 for Norwin. The last play was an incomplete pass. Bowen is going to throw. Pressure. Pass is completed over the middle for the tight end, Petrick, but it is not enough for a 1st down. And guys, this may be the ball game right here if Norwin cannot get a 1st down right here.
And this makes for an interesting play call for the Knights, too.
.240 and counting remaining in this game. Fourth down and 3. Bowen takes the snap. He throws. Pass is incomplete, but we're going to have a flag on the play.
And I don't know about that one, Jake.
Looked questionable. There's a player down on the Norwin side. Mustangs looking really frustrated. I don't know what the call would have possibly been.
It looked definitely like incidental contact.
there's going to be a holding call on the Mustang defense. Norwin stays alive in this game. They get an automatic first down on the defensive holding. Looked like a questionable call by the refs, because we have an injury timeout. I can't get a number right now. I'll get it to you as soon as possible. Mustangs looking very frustrated, as they should be. Norwin will move up to their 31-yard line. They stay alive in this game. It is still Plum 23, Norwin 14. The injured player for Norwin was number 72, Tyler Gray, the offensive lineman. Excuse me, folks, 5'11", 230 pounds. The junior is showing good signs. He is walking off the field under his own power. But the iffy penalty on the last call will give Norwin new life and a first down at their own 31-yard line. As I said, 2:14 remaining in this game.
Over there.
Snap, Bowen will take it, he'll throw. Pressure by the defense, and it's going to be intercepted!
And that pressure by the defense has been going on all game.
And that was Don Bernardi with the interception for the Mustangs. A great defensive read by Bernardi there, and for all intents and sakes, that was probably the ball game right there, folks.
And Norwin with only one timeout. I don't know about this one.
Mustangs will try to run the clock out. There's 2:09 remaining. Bernardi sets up in the Wildcat. He's back there.
I'll let you know from PNC Park, Russell Martin has homered with 2 men on, 3-2 Pirates.
It is an encroachment on the Norwin defense. Move the Mustangs up 5 yards. Because it'll be a first down and 5. Bernardi is back in the Wildcat still after making a huge interception. Bernardi takes the snap. He's going to run. Bernardi stays on his feet, gets some positive yardage. He's very close to a first down. Give Bernardi 4. Second down and 1. It's looking like right now, with a minute 45 left, Mustangs are looking to pull this upset over the Norwin Knights. Mustangs trying to improve to 2-0 on the road and 2-1 in section play. Will Fuhrer hands off for Nick Robb. That is a first down up the middle for Robb to the 24-yard line of Plum.
Picks up the first down for Plum.
And that right there, Norwin can only stop the clock one time. Plum has held Norwin scoreless since the first quarter. Plum has scored 23 unanswered. Plum was losing 14-0 in this game at one point. And then Plum has scored 23 straight. As Fuhrer will go in the victory formation, he will kneel it. And probably they will have to do it at least 2 more times. And Mustangs can kneel this ball one more time. Stay tuned for the post-game show brought to you by Coca-Cola as the Mustangs pull off a huge upset over the 9th-ranked Norwin Knights, Fuhrer kneels it, and that is going to be the football game as the Mustangs pull off the upset. The Mustangs pull off an upset. Yet again here, the Mustangs prove themselves that they can compete with the top of the WPIL Quad A. Plum improves to 2-0 on the road. They are 2-0 this year against ranked opponents. The Mustangs improved to 2-2 overall and a 2-1 section record. Norwin falls to 3-1 and a 2-1 section record. Plum spoils homecoming night for the Norwin Knights as they come away with a 23-14 victory. A very impressive win for the Plum Mustangs tonight. I want to get post-game analysis. Let's start with Maddie Beer Temple.
Well, I think what we've seen in the last few games is Plum's been scoring later towards the fourth quarter, but this time they got an earlier points, and they just kept that momentum throughout the game, especially with their defense, the interceptions and all the sacks they had, and the running backs especially have gotten a lot of yardage this game, and I think last week it was more of the passing.
I agree with you 100%, Maddie. Thank you very much. I need to go to Richie Rossi. You came to a great first game this evening for your first broadcast of the year. Richie, give me your thoughts on tonight's performance.
I think the key to this game was the defense from the second quarter on. They allowed 0 points, and then the offensive line giving Will so much time to throw the ball and make great decisions.
Thank you, Richie and Maddie. Plum came into this game coming after 2 heartbreaking losses. 2 weeks ago to the North Hills Indians, 17-14 at home. Comeback bid came up short against the Indians, and then last week coming up short against section opponent Altoona, 14-11. But this week the Mustangs just prove everyone wrong yet again in this Quad A section of the Foothills Conference, that they can compete with the top of the top, and they are now 2-0 on the road. They will come home next week to face the Kiski Cavaliers, a rivalry game. It's homecoming next week. Kiski scored 14 points in the first quarter. Plum then scored 23 unanswered points.
Norwin, you mean?
Yes, Norwin scored. Excuse me. Thank you, Mr. Verrott. As
Okay,
I quickly want to give your thoughts on an impressive Mustang victory this evening.
We're still a little stunned that Russell Martin hit a 3-run homer against Auto in the 8th inning, but, which might have been one of the loudest cheers on the Norwin side all night. You know what, in all honesty, what a great game by the Mustangs. I think it really kind of got to the students a little bit that they were an underdog by 20 points, and this Norwin team beat Hempfield by almost the same margin as we did and was 3-0. So I think that got to the players a little bit. Plus, they outplayed Altoona, lost by 3. They had the opportunity to beat North Hills, lost by 3. So this was an important game, and it's going to be a very important game next week, not only for the Mustangs but for the Norwin Knights going out to Altoona. A Norwin win over Altoona and a Plum win kind of puts those 3 teams in a 3-way tie with potentially coming down the point differential. So that might be something we talk about in the weeks ahead. But in all honesty, enjoy this victory. Plum came out, they did what they had to do. Norwin's homecoming tonight, and they got behind early, and they were able to claw their way back in, and a big come from behind victory, which will go a long way. And with the Cavaliers coming in next week, and then after that going out to Connellsville, we got multiple homecomings, 3 straight homecoming games at Norwin, ours at home against Kiski, and then at Connellsville. So Plum will have the opportunity to play Spoiler in 2 weeks. So in Connellsville is struggling this year, as is Kiski. So turkey's on the table for Plum here to punch up some wins before they hit meaty part of their schedule with McKeesport and Penn Trafford in back-to-back weeks. So great victory by the Mustangs. I mean, they had a few mental errors, but all in all, it was a great game, and I'm glad we were able to take care of our technical difficulties and get the game on the air with minutes remaining in the first quarter. I think we probably missed the worst part of the game when it was 14-0 Norwin. So maybe there was some good luck once we got up and running. And Nick Satovich will back me up. He will back me up as we check the Pirates score, and it was 2-0
with Russell Martin up. I think it might have been 1-1. And I said, boy, wouldn't it be nice if my phone would say 3-2? And then how long, Nick, after I said that? Not even. Go ahead, Nick. Say it on the broadcast.
Like 3 seconds.
3 seconds later, and that was it. And then it was 3-2. So I guess we start off with a little bad luck, but we end the night with some good luck. So all in all, great night for not only the TV crew and hopefully the Buccos, but more importantly for the Plum Mustang football team.
A night filled with equipment malfunctions, trick plays, interceptions, and touchdown runs.
And a Russell Martin
three-run home run. Ends up with a Mustang victory over the rival Norwin Knights, 23-14, from North Huntington, PA, on the campus of Norwin High School. I am Jake Matolo. On behalf of myself, Anthony Lagnes, Matty Beertemple, Nick Spudsatovich, Cameron Kutzner, Richie Rossi, and the real deal himself, Mr. Rick Barat. Good night from Norwin High School and Norwin Knight Stadium. We will see you next week for homecoming at Plum against the Kiski Cavaliers.
Good night, everybody.